Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have quite an exciting video, at least for me. I ordered some stuff on a website called German Deli. This video is not sponsored, or they don't even know that I'm making this video. I just felt nostalgic. I mean, it's Corona times. I haven't been home in about a year to Germany just because like flying right now is just not really a good thing to do. So I've been missing some home comforts from Germany. So I placed an order and I got myself a big old box of treats. So I'll put this on the floor, and I thought I'd just go through with it, go through it with you, just in case this is interesting to you. Just a disclaimer, this is not a cross-section of what I would normally eat in Germany. These are like specific things that remind me of my childhood, specific like treats, stuff that I don't eat a lot. I don't eat a lot of this all the time in Germany, but it's just kind of quintessential things where every German, pretty much every German could be like, oh yeah, I know that. Oh yeah, we have that in the house. Oh yeah, I used to eat that. That's the kind of stuff that's in here. It's not necessarily very healthy or anything. It's just stuff that makes me think and feel like I'm home in Germany. So let's get started. First thing I'm very, very excited about. I got 2 packets of Frühlingsquark. Frühlingsquark just means spring quark, and quark is basically like a thick yogurt. Like it's a bit like sour cream and a bit like yogurt, but it's a much thicker, and it just has like herbs in it that make it super tasty. And this is just one brand that sells it. I think this might be like the biggest brand that sells it, but you can find it from like Aldi has its own version, like Lidl has its own version in Germany. Basically, you can find loads of manufacturers making these in Germany, and they're just, I don't know, you can have them on your piece of bread, piece of black bread, or you can have them with potatoes. There's a dish in Germany, it's just peeled potatoes, this, butter and salt, and it's quite famous. And it's just really good to just dip stuff in, and it's just delicious. And I haven't had this in a long time. I don't think I had it in like 2 or 3 years. So I'm really looking forward to that. I got 2 of those. Next thing from the fridge section is this Weißkrautsalat, which is just white cabbage salad. This is not fermented, so it's not the same as sauerkraut. It's just like a fresh, crunchy cabbage salad, and it has in it 65% cabbage, sugar, water, rapeseed oil, paprika, vinegar, onion, salt, and some spices. And it's just really tasty to just eat plain or just have on the side, and I can't really ever find this in the UK, so I bought one of them. Next thing is a guilty pleasure that pretty much every German will know. Mirakuli. This used to be my absolute favourite thing as a kid to eat, with like maybe 2 or 3 other things. Like, I love this. My mum wasn't really great at cooking. She didn't cook much, but I learned how to make this very early on. And it's basically just a ready pasta meal. So it has spaghetti in it that you have to boil yourself, and then it has like this sachet of sauce, it has a sachet of a herb mix, and then it has a sachet of parmesan, fake parmesan or something. And yeah, it kind of, I think if you've never had it, it probably tastes pretty awful, but to someone that grew up with this, it's great. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a treat for me. This you can actually get in the UK, I think. You can definitely get littersport in the UK. I don't know if you can get this specific flavour, but I just fancied this and I saw it in the shop, so I just got it. So littersport is one of the German chocolate brands that I really like, and I think they're just really good and consistent, and I recommend them. I have to kind of laugh looking at this, but this is again something where every German watching this now is going to go like, oh yeah, 7 Kräuter Essig, anyone? This is a 7 herb vinegar, and it's just, I think it's just white vinegar, but it's infused with like some herbs, and it's just like, I don't know, like growing up we always had this in our house, always, and we used this to make cucumber salad most of the time. So that was what this was used, and sometimes you put it into salad dressings, but always had this in the house, and I haven't had this in years, and I'm so excited to be able to use this to make a cucumber salad at some point. I just mentioned that my mum wasn't a very good cook, so in our house we had a lot of stuff like this. This is like a sauce thickening agent that you kind of just put into sauces that don't have a lot of flavor that you want to thicken up, and this will make it taste better and thicken it up. So in a way it's a bit like Bisto, but it's not gravy, so it doesn't give like necessarily a gravy flavor. It just makes dark sauces thicker and give it like a bit more body. So this is kind of a naughty thing because I don't think it has very good ingredients. I mean, God knows what's in it, but I remember using this a lot growing up, and my mum used this a lot, so it will just give me a very nostalgic taste, I think. Next up we have Hanuta. Hanuta is like it's, as you can see, it's 2 little wafers, and in the middle is like this dark chocolate with loads of hazelnut pieces, and it's one of the few chocolate things from Germany I cannot really find in the UK. I've recently started seeing Knoppers in Tesco, but I don't think I've ever seen this anywhere in the UK. I'm sure somewhere will have it, but I've personally not seen it, and I really like these. I think they taste really good, and again, just fancied having some. This thing is really nostalgic to me. It's Dextro Energy Classic. These are just like little sugar, like I think it's glucose or something. It's basically it's just sugar in little packets, and they're like, their branding is like that they give you energy really quickly. And when I was in school doing my A-levels, I used to just eat like a whole block of these before I had an exam, because our exams in 13th grade used to be 6 hours long, so you would be sitting there a long time and it was kind of tiring. And so I used to just like pop these, like, yeah, I mean it is candy, but I used to eat this like sweets, so yeah. My dad actually also used to work in the factory that made these, because my dad's an engineer, like a machinist, so he used to install the machines in that factory, I think. So he used to come home with absolutely buckets of these, so I always had loads of these. Next up we have some ready-made like powder to make, they're like dumplings, they're called Katofukunuru. They're just potato dumplings, and like on this picture you just kind of eat them with like a roast dinner. There's your red cabbage, and then you'd have your roast, and then these you would have instead of potatoes, so they're just, yeah, potato dumplings. And I actually did not love these as a kid, but again they make me very nostalgic because we did eat them, so that's why I got it. This is something that my mum ships to me a lot actually. This is Danish Remillard, and Danish Remillard is different from French Remillard in that it contains like cabbage and onion and loads of other things. It's quite mustardy, but I love it. This on a hot dog, like I can't have a hot dog without this. It's also great on burgers, and you have to have it with crispy onions. You just can't have this without crispy onions. There are crispy onions on the picture, I just had to check, but yeah. This is dabomb.com, and I don't care if anyone thinks differently. I absolutely love this stuff. Speaking of condiments, I got a few more. I got this, which is Bavarian sweet mustard. Now, again, I didn't really love this growing up, but we did have this sometimes. You eat it with certain dishes, but I actually really like this in salad dressings, so that's mostly why I got it. But it is just what it's called. It's just very sweet mustard. And then I also got this creamy horseradish. You can get horseradish in a jar like this in the UK. I just don't find that it's as creamy as it is in Germany, so I prefer this kind to the one I found over here, but the difference isn't huge. I just, yeah, I quite like horseradish, so that's why I got it. We're nearly at the end. I hope you had some fun with this video, but last but not least, I got myself some salty licorice. These are the pirate ones. They are quite salty, they're quite strong. I love them. Every time I go home, I usually take a few bags of these. My mum often sends me these, but I ran out, so I thought I'd get myself a bag. And then lastly, I got myself some fresh yeast and some dry yeast. So I don't actually know if this is true, but everyone's been telling me, I don't actually know if this is true, but loads of people have been telling me that this yeast works better than a lot of the other yeasts you can buy. So I'll try this dry yeast, but then they actually had fresh yeast, which I have never seen in the UK. Just never seen it. Like, people have been telling me that you can like ask on like baking counters in supermarkets, and sometimes they'll give you it, but I've never seen this on sale in a British supermarket. I'm sure if you went to like a Polish one, maybe you could find it. But yeah, this is fresh yeast. It's German apparently, because all the writing is in German. I don't know this brand, but it's like liquid gold in this little package. So I'm going to try and maybe make a pizza dough or something with this. Because growing up, we always used fresh yeast. I didn't even know that dry yeast was a thing until I moved to the UK. So yeah, I'm quite excited for that. And yeah, that is my haul. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. And if you're German, let me know if you saw some of these things and just went, yes. Or if you even think that these are quintessentially German. For me, these are the kind of things that I don't find in British supermarkets. So that's why I got them. And yeah, I'm going to really enjoy them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.